So imagine a product that's already selling on Amazon. What if you could increase the price of that product without actually decreasing the amount of sales you get for that product, which would once again increase the profit margins for that product? Well, in this video, I'm going to go over the specific strategy and exactly how to do this, when to do this, and for what products you can do this for. Let's get right into it. This is for products who have been selling on Amazon for at least 1 to 3 months, who are not boring and who are actually innovative and actually good products, good quality products. This strategy is specifically for those types of products. If you're trying to sell a phone case, this will not work for you. If you're trying to sell weights on Amazon, this will not work for you. This is for premium products who are differentiated and who have a high sense of perceived value. Now, you could be selling a phone case bundled with other things that make the perceived value of the product higher, or you could be selling weights with something that's going to make your product more unique, stand out, and that's going to make the user experience of the product better. But simply selling a boring product and raising the price, the strategy is not going to work. And once again, this is for products who have been on Amazon for at least 1 to 3 months. And these products will need to have at least 10 reviews or more, or preferably 100 reviews or higher. And the more reviews your product has and the more unique and differentiated it is, the better the strategy will work. Now, what is the strategy? The strategy is very simple. You're actually just going to be raising the price of the product, but you're also going to be keeping track of the best sellers rank in the category and in the subcategory. So for example, for the keyword yoga blocks, this is going to be sold in, as you see right here, we have sports and outdoors and yoga blocks. All of the main category is sports and outdoors, and the subcategory is yoga blocks. So if we scroll down and we come to this player right here, this is basically a good example that I found. Now, if we look at these different prices, we have anywhere from $15, $29, $14, $28, and then we have a $48 yoga block. Now, these are the exact same product, but once again, this player has came in different. They have actual hand placements where you can put your hands on the yoga blocks for better balance. And once again, they are the most unique version out here because once again, no one has this. And so if we click on this and we see the price already is almost $50 for once again the very same product, but just slight differentiation that makes it more unique and that makes it a better product. For this method, we're going to be inching the price up, but as we inch the price up for the unique products, we're going to be monitoring the category bestsellers rank and the subcategory bestsellers rank. Now, what I mean by this is this. We're looking at the actual sellers rank. So if we scroll down and we come to the actual rank, we have 13,000 in sports and outdoors and 22 in yoga blocks. Now, for this specific seller, we can backtrack and see how their price change has reflected their BSR change. And we know that the BSR is going to basically showcase to us how many sales they're getting. So with this BSR change, if it's going higher up, that means that their sales are going down. If the BSR number is going lower, that means that their sales are going up. So we can basically come back up to this chart right here that Helium 10 provides that will basically allow us to track how their BSR change has reflected due to their price change. So we can physically see that on the 24th, their price was $43.76. On the 25th, their price was $44.98, so on and so forth. I've tracked the price and the BSR. You can also use subcategory, but that data is not available for us. But for your very specific product, as you're changing the price, as you're driving it up, you want to see how this BSR is changing relative to the price. If the price goes up and the BSR changes in a positive way, meaning that it stays the same or it goes up just a little bit, then you want to stay at that price for a couple of days and keep inching the price up, seeing how the BSR changes. If it goes higher, but then jumps back down after a couple of days, you want to just hold it there until you introduce another price jump to where the BSR will most likely jump, but it should keep stabilizing. And what you will notice is that the BSR will keep jumping, stabilizing, jumping at the new price that you put, and then it stabilizes. And so basically what you're doing is you're introducing a new sales price that may not get accepted right away, but as you stabilize in terms of the sales and the price point, the sales rank should go back down to where it normally is. And there will be a point where the sales change is not going back down. And that is why tracking the data is very, very essential. We can see right here with their data, they have 9,000 was their BSR in 24th, and then it jumped up to 11,000, 12,000, 11. It basically stabilized, and now we have 13,000. So instead of inching that price up more, what you want to do is hold that price for a couple of days, let them accept it. Now, there will be a point where no one's going to pay $100 for this yoga block no matter what the innovation is. And so you need to find that price point where you can keep inching it up, because once again, you have an innovative product, and so it is worth more, it's valued more, and having the higher price point will once again give it more perceived value up until a point. There will be a point, once again, where people are not going to be wanting to pay $60, $70 for just this yoga block, even though right now they're getting away with it with the price. Now, for example's sake, let's say at their price point, they moved up another $1 tomorrow and they moved up another $1.50 the next day after. And their BSR jumped from 13,000 to 14,000. And remind you guys, it's 11,000 right here. It jumps from 14,000 into 16,000. Once again, that is where they have basically almost sacrificed a lot of sales because the BSR has 1.5x, almost 2x in terms of the sales rank, meaning that the sales have slowed down a big amount, around half the sales that they were getting. That's just a ballpark estimation, but once again, these sales are slower, and because once again, the price point that they jumped up is a little bit too fast. Now that brings us to the next point. Depending on the price of your item, you want to jump your price up slower or faster. If you have a $10 item, then moving your price point $1 is not going to be very good, because once again, that's 10% of your item you're increasing every single day. That's not sustainable. But for them, they're moving it around $1 to $1.50 some days. Actually, no, $1 or less every single day. And relative to their price point, that's around 2.5–3% of their overall price. So if your price is $100 and moving up $1, that's 1%. If your price is $10 and moving up $1, that's 10%. So you want to base the jumping of the price based on your price point. And you don't want to move it too fast. Now, even though they got away with moving $1 every single day, I do not recommend that you move your price that fast. I recommend that you move your price $1 per week over the course of multiple weeks, and so that the price point can really become accepted, and so that once again, ultimately, you're not jumping up the price too fast, because once again, the BSR will suffer, as you see right here. These are the actual data points. These are the predicted there to keep moving it up. But essentially, even with the from 9 to 13,000, that is a BSR rank that I would not be too comfortable with. I would like to move it very slow and ultimately allow these sales to build back up and the BSR to go back down. As the BSR goes down in rank, these sales go up. So that's something that you need to keep in mind. Don't move the price too fast. I recommend about $1 a week, or relative to whatever your price point is, you can move slightly more if your price point of the product is higher. But once again, for price point of around this amount, around $45–50, you want to move it up $1 a week to be sustainable with this. And once again, you will find a point where it's not making sense. The BSR keeps jumping higher and higher as you enter price up. So that is where you basically want to keep it. And so we move from $43.75 to $47.88. So that's a $4 increase. They just increased their margins by 10% by moving it up a couple bucks. But once again, you want to do it slowly over the course of a couple of weeks. And when is the most optimal time to do this? And this brings me to my next point. When is the most optimal time to do this specific strategy? This price point increase strategy is best done around Q4 or your sales peak period in the year. If you have a Halloween product, or if you have a summer product, or if you have a winter product, or if you have a spring product, you want to inch that price up slowly, starting about a month or two before your peak period. And once again, if you just have a regular product, that peak period is going to be right around Black Friday when sales really increase. So just start inching it up around, starting about the start of October, just start inching up slowly, hold it for a week, inch it up slowly, hold it for a week, inch it up. And once again, this works for innovative products that are premium, that are different. For just general commodity products, this probably will not work. But once again, you want to be doing this on the specific sales period increase for your seasonal product or for your year-long product around Black Friday, and you want to do it before. You don't want to do it on, a week or two before. You want to do it, a month or two before, so that the price can be introduced, accepted, and so ultimately your margins will go up slowly over time, and you're not jumping too fast like the seller did, which once again, they got away with, but once again, you should still do it over a longer period of time to have the optimal results. So once again, the best time to do this is Q4, because there are lots and lots of money that's being spent online, lots and lots of buyers on Amazon trying to buy gifts for their friends, their family, their brothers, their sisters, their mom, their dad, everybody. They're trying to buy gifts and they're spending money. And so this is the best time to do it, because once again, you can easily drive up your margins and overall have your business a lot more profitable if you do this correctly. So the benefits of this method are, once again, increasing your profit margins and your overall profitability of your FBA business, and increasing the perceived value of your product. Because once again, if you have a good product such as this that's differentiated, then you are going to basically separate yourself, because in the yoga keyword, they were the only product who was $40 or above. Everybody was $15 to $20, and they are the premium version. So if you really want a high quality yoga block, you're going to buy from them, because once again, they're different. And this price point once again separates them. You want to buy the premium version. Everyone's not going to buy the premium version, but for those who have money, and who want to buy the premium version, they are going to be that person because once again, the price point has separated them, the innovation has separated them, and they have extremely good margin just for a simple innovation that they have thought outside the box and have actually brought to the market. You can also use this method if you have an ordinary product and you're about to stock out. Instead of just having the price stay the same, if you have 100, 200, 300 units left and you're about to stock out, I always start inching the price up because once again, you can get better margins. And once again, if you're about to stock out and you don't have stock available right away, let's head to Amazon right now, then you're going to be stocked out for a couple of weeks, maybe a month, two, who knows? So you want to increase your profit margins, have these sales incrementally slow down so that you don't stock out as soon as possible. And ultimately, if you're going to stock out anyways, why not get more profit for stocking out and for the units that you're going to stock out with anyways, then just get the same amount of profit and stock out faster and be out of stock longer. So those are the scenarios that I would use this strategy for. But once again, you have to be making sure that you're actually tracking your data and taking the accurate data points, because once again, if you're not tracking your data and looking at the numbers and using informed data-driven decisions, then you're not going to be having the best sales rank possible, and your sales will decrease using this method instead of actually staying the same or increasing as we saw in this case. If you got any value out of this video, then make sure to smash the thumbs up button and subscribe down below, because I release multiple step-by-step videos every single week showing you guys exactly how to sell on Amazon FBA as a beginner. Also, if you're new to selling on Amazon and you want to know exactly where to start and exactly what Amazon private label even is, then make sure to click on this video right here where I go into in-depth step-by-step instruction on exactly what to do as a beginner.